Okay, second review. Completely unexpected here as my dad laughs his ass off here.
I'm only going to have one shot, yeah.
One. So this one I knew I had to review. So he said, oh, I'm done. It's like, oh, you sure you don't want to go and try? He said, you don't want to go and try this like wonderful Scotch whiskey that my sister brought from New Zealand? And well, not Scotch style, so not actual Scotch, but done in the Scotch style. But instead of peat, they can see here, they use Manuka wood smoke. That is, of course, an endemic wood from New Zealand. Thomson whiskey. I have absolutely no idea what this is going to be like. We can see here has quite a bit going for it, and I can actually read the back without a dictionary. So Thomson whiskey brings you an update from the barrel. Made from 100% New Zealand grown malted barley, smoked using Manuka wood and distilled through a hand-beaten copper pot still, it's our Manuka smoke release in its youth. This work in progress bottling offers natural smoke, cinnamon, clove, and Manuka oils. Now, I've actually never had Manuka honey. I've read much about it. Kind of see here, lovely sort of golden coloration. And let's get to the nosing here. Interesting. Very interesting. So there's a smokiness to this that is very unlike Scotch. Unlike peat smokiness, this one has a more barbecue kind of aspect to it. Honeyed. There's some slight darker notes that I can't place right now because I am too blasted to really figure it out. The finer details, that's why I always do like my reviews straight sober because, once you get food and other alcohols into the system. But yeah, that smokiness is very different from like Scotch. Turn the bottle here around so you see what it is. And yeah. Kind of honeyed. Also, beyond the smokiness, just sort of light woodiness. Very, very floral. Very floral. Honeysuckle, touches of almost lavender underneath that wood smoke. Okay, on to the palate now. So a bit sharper than, of course, the Japanese one, but of course, Japanese one is always going to be the hallmark of like ultimate smoothness. A tanginess in the mid to finish. Very unlike a lot of whiskeys I've had before. Like ryes can be tangy. Rye whiskeys can be tangy, but this one doesn't have like the citrusy aspect of the tanginess. It's just a very bright note. There's sort of a smokiness throughout from the front into the finish. The smokiness is much more like a barbecue kind of smokiness rather than the sort of softer smokiness that you get from peat. None of those sort of fabric-like notes you get from a really heavily peated sort of Scotch whiskey, but instead almost hard to place right now in my mind. There are some notes that are kind of evocative of an Isla, but much, much more reduced. You know, very sweet up front, but this, that sweetness clears in the mids and into the finish, where that smokiness kind of takes over the mid palate and into the top note as well. And yeah, it's really interesting in a very, very different way than a lot of Scotch whiskies that I've had, but is definitely evocative of some Scotch whiskies in that there is a smoky note that permeates throughout, but it is not like peat.
You got more?
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, Thomson whiskey from New Zealand using Manuka wood smoke. Again, another thing you should definitely try. And I'm glad to be here trying it on this Thanksgiving. Thank you again, Jacob. Thank you again, Father.
Happy
I
Thanksgiving.
think you gotta go to New Zealand for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you have to go to New Zealand for this one. Not distributed easily in Hawaii. Maybe like Astoria Wines in New York City or something. But yeah, this is not something you find in Hawaii distributed. Yeah, so second review for this Thanksgiving. Okay, folks. Hope you're having a good one, and see you in the next video.